Welcome back, and welcome back to the creator, where I'm going to modify the creature even more. Goodbye, mouth. We have served our purpose.
Who?
Yeah, we don't need mouse.
Yeah, so now the creatures basically look totally different now. And I gave it new eyes as well. And this is generally, Spore, you're gonna not really create a very consistent creature in Spore if you're gonna go for like very strong creatures with very good stats and such. Right now I'm just trying to see if I can get the head to look as good as possible. But there we go, that's generally going to be how the creature's going to look more or less in the final version. Still has a stupid donkey voice, so that's unfortunate. Oh yeah, I think at this point I accidentally made her head a bit too big. So the babies looked horrendous. So I changed that a bit later on.
Oh no.
And I think, yeah. So anyway, we're back to do same old thing, same old thing. No more interesting will happen soon. In fact, we're just short about getting to the next rank creature. There we go. And we're now about 2/3 through the creature stage, which means we're almost done.
Amazing.
And now we can have 3 party members in our pack, which is the maximum amount. As the next, so of course I go back, change the head, make it a bit less stupidly big. You can really tell, you can really get lost in spending hours in this game with the creators and such.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I have a lot. I can't remember how many hours I spent on this game, especially since it was obvious. Oh yeah, this again. Again, it happens like two times in a creature stage. Again, to get you to high level areas, want to get better creature with better parts and such. We'll skip the walking this that way. Oh yeah, that's why I wanted to show it. For some reason that guy just decided to walk past, and then it disappears. Poof, he's gone.
Don't mind me.
Well, that was weird.
They were leaving the pack and they had second thoughts.
My planet needs me.
Literally. I probably should have skipped more of this, but oh well. This will be the final location though. I think I had a bit of trouble finding this one because it diverges to a hidden path instead of like the main path. So I had to do some backtracking. I don't really get to see that because that's boring. And so we just go with a bit of the last stretch up. And these animations as well are really weird. So what the heck is this thing even?
I don't know, it's...
Oh, wait. Let's see, there's something interesting. Oh yeah, something interesting does happen here. Again, trees are in the way, so it's a bit hard to see, but there's a spaceship.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the other events that can happen around here. And the spaceship will be the spaceship of your fall library. So if you created a spaceship, or if you had other friends' spaceships downloaded, or of other players, they can pop up and they can appear in the creature stage. As I told to mention, but from what I recall, I believe the surface of on Spore is still up. You still have creations downloaded to your game as you play. So you can have various creatures and other such things pop up in the game as you play. Kind of amazing considering Electronic Arts have no taken down any other servers and such.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of amazing that this game's still... Yeah, it's amazing this game is still even available, even to buy and whatnot. It's...
Yeah. That's some good old games. I mean, the original The Sims isn't available on good old games, which is probably would have been a very big thing if we did. But oh well. Maybe it's games that Electronic Arts just don't care about, so they just put them on Google Games to say, okay, that's good, whatever.
They're basically like, hey, we're gonna let you do the porting process, and we're just gonna rake in the money. Goodbye.
Yeah, so so I'm guessing that The Sims is not going to be on good old games until The Sims series is generally dead, in period.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, I was fighting creatures. Time to get back on that.
More war.
Now here I was actually not doing so well, and in a moment, dead. Well, that's unfortunate. Fortunately, death is not a problem, so I can just restart whenever I want to. Right, click the check mark, and
Oh. Oh no.
Yep! Even a good old game version will crash randomly. Save early and often if you're gonna play this game.
Yeah, I think I heard about it that this game isn't exactly
This game isn't
stable.
stable at all. I mean, it doesn't crash that much, but it will crash randomly. So, save whenever you can. Control S will save game. So use that as often as you can, please. Fortunately, that was the only instance of it crashing when I did play the game. And I only did lose like 2 minutes. But that's not important because we're finally finished with the creature stage. Now we finally got a very big brain, which means we can go to the next stage and finally get rid of that annoying donkey voice.
Oh yeah.
Now you can keep going with the creature stage and get DNA points because they're going to be obsolete in the next stage to allow you to basically further develop your creature. This might be a good idea if you're going to go play the Galactic Adventure content, since they will still use the creature and any parts it has in them can still be used in the adventures. But I think I'm pretty good for now. Now we get a good overview of the history.
Whoa, you're pretty much in the middle.
Yeah, I'm going for the middle all the way. And now we become adaptable. Yes, Ben?
No, I was just reading adaptable as well.
Yeah, so here we get to the final stage, and here I'm just going to go ahead and customize the creature just to make it look aesthetically pleasing, really. By that I mean just add a spine to it, and that's it. And I'll leave you with this glorious question mark cutscene.
They're not even being subtle with the music.
Nope.
I wonder if they had to pay license for that.
Probably.
I mean, I know this game uses a lot of like stock music and music from other games. Like, I think in the Galactic Adventures, like in the Adventure Creator, you can like use like music of using like in the Harry Potter games. And that stick did not at all hit his head.
Yeah.
That's easy.
And welcome to the tribal stage. Or at least whatever the hell that was that somehow is supposed to make us into tribals. Now the tribal stage is a big departure from the creature stage. Instead of playing a single creature, you now control a large group of creatures in a sort of RTS style. Anyway, I'm just leaving pauses for people on the non-commentary walkthrough to be able to read the text.
Oh, right. Of course.
Because I always make like non-commentary version people who don't want to listen to us talk. Again.
Of course.
Yeah. Again, same deal here. You have to interact with other tribes, either socialize with them or killing them. But this time we actually control multiple tribe members instead of controlling a single one. We start off with a chieftain, which is going to be the strongest tribe member. I can also customize the tribe by giving them clothing or something close to clothing. It's more just accessories, really. We cannot customize the creature any longer. We can only give them accessories and such.
All the accessories.
Some accessories have impact on stats like combat, friendliness, collecting food, and such.
Oh.
The masks have impact. The helmets have impact. The cloths and the shoulder pads have impact. The other stuff like the symbols and the other accessories are used for cosmetics. It doesn't have that much impact, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Now, in order to be able to develop your settlement, you have to gather food. Food is the currency now. It's not only needed to feed your creature, but in order to buy new creatures, or giving birth to creatures, and building new construction, because you can build buildings with food, because that makes sense. Right now we're just having the camera and tutorials about it, because now we're going from a third-person action game to a over the top. What do you call it? Well, it's a strategy game, basically, sort of.
Yeah, top-down view, I
Top-down
guess.
view. Yeah, top-down. Thank you. A top-down
Yeah.
RTS.
That look-down thingy.
Yep.
Technical thing.
Now, the various food you can get is, again, dependent on your creature's mouth. Since for armor, we can eat both meat, and we can eat fruit. We can also go fishing, and we can even get eggs by taming creatures. I'll show that later. Now,
Drop out.
I thought that was a brain.
no, that's it. Now, new tribe members are spawned by buying them for 10 food. And they start off as babies, you have to wait for them to grow up. Once they grow up, they can command them like any other tribe member. But for now, they're basically useless, and they're perfectly viable to get killed by hostile tribe members. Speaking of which, let me get a new tribe member. Your other tribes will be of other creatures from the creature stage. And you'll not see them afterwards in the other stages. Your creature will be the only intelligent species out there. Now, again, in order to advance them, you have to either ally or destroy other tribes. Similar to how you had to evolve by either befriending or driving other creatures extinct. Same thing, except a bit more complicated. You now need tools in order to do so. Instruments for friendliness, weapons for aggressive ones. So instruments are not too complicated. You give various tribe members an instrument, go to the other tribe, and then have a little sing-along or something.
Oh, that flute sound.
Prepare for some grand tribal music, folks.
Right,
Volume 1 to 10. Everyone will download them.
Fortunately, we only have one instrument, which is randomly allocated to us on the start of the creature stage, on this tribal stage, I mean. We can only play this instrument. Fortunately, it makes it very easier for us to complete this, so since we just have to play this one instrument whenever they want it. And that's it. Do it twice and they become your ally.
That's screaming. Amazing.
Yeah, the dependent stage is not really that much more interesting than the creature stage. Probably even less so. It's kind of a drawback to Spore. With the exception of the creature, galactic adventure, and the space stage, most of the stages are pretty simplistic to a fault. Anyway, becoming ally with them gives us a totem, and marks us one village further to completing the stage. Now, of course, next off, we're gonna go kill things. And eventually, once you reach a certain tier of allies or destroyed tribes, your tribe will get bigger, which means you can actually have more tribe members with you. Which means you have to gather more food in order to be able to afford all the stuff. You even get more tools for, stuff. Right, I should also mention, allying or destroying other tribes will get you the tools that they have in their tribe. So, for example, in a moment when we get back to the tribe customizer, we can actually see what tools we have gathered from them. This kind of allows you to strategize getting which parts you want. That's something interesting to happen. That's an epic creature right there, that giant thing. And it's attacking the tribe right here that's basically keeping them occupied right now. You can run into epics in the creature stage, and they're very hard to kill. In fact, it might be impossible since they're, gigantic.
With enough patience, maybe.
I don't know. I think in this stage you could definitely take them down, but certainly, I don't know. It's just some of the weird things can happen while the game goes on. Anyway, as time goes on, new tribes will form, and so some of them will be neutral to you and they won't attack you. Some will be hostile and actually will, over time, get more aggressive against you. So you have to attack them before they start attacking you. Right, I've got some spears, throwing spears to be precise, and we're gonna go to war. But a tribe that absolutely hates us for no particular reason. Now combat kinda sucks in tribal stage, because it's tedious as hell. You might have noticed that creatures, now in tribal stage you can basically spawn more tribe members if you got enough food. This is true for other tribals. As long as they get food, they can spawn new tribe members, will eventually grow up and be able to fight you. And the only way to stop them is to destroy their main tribe tent. Now, fortunately this time it gone pretty well, although it takes a while for this tent to be destroyed because he has too much HP. Eventually. But in another time when I gone to war, it went pretty badly. They would keep spawning new creatures all the time, and that just made things so tedious because they would keep attacking and doing a lot of annoying things, and it's just not fun.
Oh, that sounds like
There are weapons that allow you to destroy buildings faster, but again, you don't start off with them unless you either get lucky enough or if you find an ally or destroy a tribe that already has them in their tribe. So it can be a bit obnoxious that way. We get a different totem for destroying them. And they're doing a victory dance, which is charming as hell.
Didgeridoo, so boy.
Yeah. We get a new instrument, which means we have all the instruments. We can fully do all the travel stuff. Also, we get new clothing parts, major finger quotes, when we ally or defeat another tribe. Again, so they can do a little bit better on their various stuff. Not very spectacular, but what can I do? It's whatever little customization you can get.
Yeah.
Now, allied tribes will actually give you gifts from time to time. These one's actually giving us food.
Oh.
And it's playing some very cheesy music as well. We can also give gifts to tribes. If they're hostile to us, we can give them food in order to make them neutral to us, so we can befriend them. You cannot befriend tribes that are hostile towards you. They will simply not want to deal with you, besides killing you. These creatures are actually out to try to attack us, so we have to go and defend ourselves from them. Fortunately, they're carrying fire sticks, which makes them pretty poor weapons. They tend to destroy buildings, but that doesn't really matter. If your tribe building would be destroyed, you just start with a new one and get to keep going. Again, death has no consequence in this game.
Death has no meaning in our universe.
Literally. Unless you're not the main player, tribe, or whatever, then it has. So yeah, you get the idea. I'm also showing off the healing stuff, which heals the creatures so that they will last a little bit longer. But it does have this obnoxious noise, or whatever. Excuse me. I think this is a tribe that actually gave me trouble to fight because they just kept spawning babies. These babies would actually grow up and it just took forever to kill them. Oh, and also, the tribe leader will eventually respawn as well. So that's fun.
Oh.
So here we go. There's the tribe leader. And of course, the tribe leader has a lot of health. Maybe not a lot of attack, but still very obnoxious. Again, if you just want to play through this game, I try just doing the friendly route. That's the least tedious one. Fighting just takes forever, and it's not fun at all. Let's see, that's another tribe down, and not so many to go more. Now. And of course the tribe are named after the color of the tribe, so we just destroyed the cyan village. And I believe this is the final upgrade, which means you get the maximum amount of tribes members we can have. And we can see the final look of our village as well. Now the look of the village is dependent on what route you took on the previous paths. So if we went herbivore and friendly, our hut would look different. And again, if we went carnivore or hostile. I'm also showing off another consequence ability. This one allows you to summon that big giant fish creature we saw earlier in the creature stage who ate us.
Oh no.
Except this time it'll help us get some more food. I'm making it rain fish.
Oh, help. Today it will rain fish.
And so we get a bunch of fish we can easily collect with no trouble. And now the healers are picking up because whatever. And I'm also here showing off the other ways of getting food. By taming a creature and having them lay eggs on occasion.
Those noises.
I did
Are those
mention there's a
giant
lot of weird...
space cats? Or like saber tooth?
Yeah, those are my creatures. I don't recall what I was trying to make them into. I think he's messing around with the part pack and what stuff I can make with them. Yeah, so I skipped it because it takes forever. You literally have to wait for them to go all the way to the pen. Which is the worst pen. Nothing stops them from... I forgot about these things.
Oh?
Yeah, these
Oh.
cactus creatures. Now these creatures actually hostile towards us, but I'm here to show off what happens if you give them a gift. You do the same dorky stock music thing here and playing in the background. You bring them a gift of food. Right now they turn actually to the lowest relation you can. A red angry face, if you see in the upper left of the screen. Let's get the food. They will turn neutral to us and will not attack us. And there we go. And now we can befriend them. This makes it possible to get all the creatures friendly towards you in Terral stage if you want to go pure friendly. More instruments that they make befriending these creatures a little bit more complicated because now they have more demands for different instruments. Sometimes it demand enough players to be able to get enough points. You might notice there are like 4 bubbles when I have 3 instrument players at a time. If I'm unlucky, I might not have enough instrument players in order to be able to play enough instruments in order to appease them. That shouldn't be too much of a problem. Anyway, with that, we're done with the tribal stage. That was the last tribe, and we're finished with it. And now all these other tribes will cease to exist entirely. At least as tribe members. Again, showing the history, almost got into friendly, but I did manage to stay into neutral.
Yeah.
Now, into the civilization stage, what path you take will have a deep impact on the actual gameplay. Because in the civilization stage, there are 3 ways to play the stage, including a neutral way, which you'll see in a moment. Actually, no, you won't. Wait, you will see in a moment, actually.
I guess it involves less fighting.
Well, that's actually, no, it won't be shown up here. It just shows the beginning of the civilization stage. So civilization which would be for the next part, sadly. But there are basically 3 ways of completing the civilization stage. You can do them all in a single playthrough, even if you basically get specialized in one area. Right now we're on the building creator, which allows us to build a city hall. And I don't like this creator. It's very hard to make something interesting.
Just a bunch of blocks, I guess.
More or less. I mean, it's probably more just a bad at creating something interesting with this. I prefer more creature where it's more... I don't know, I guess I'm just bad with blocky stuff in general. Another thing about the windows that we placed one besides a wall, it will actually stick to them depending on the orientation. So if you stick a block, any blocks horizontal to it will stick. Same with like what's vertical. So that makes placing these windows a bit easier, and you can place them symmetrically. And I can't really be bothered to really paint this thing in a more interesting, or give it a proper name. So here we go. Because we gone neutral, we get to become capitalists. If we went friendly, we become... Yeah. If we went friendly, we get to become religious, we have to convert other cities. If we become aggressive, we get to become militaries, we have to take over cities. Since we are capitalists, we have to trade with our cities and then buy them out in order to take over the world.
I guess neutral, and I mean like money is just a means of exchange opposed to like war or religion, I guess.
Exactly. We're gonna take over the world.
I mean, it's very simplified, but I mean, we had this before.
Yeah. I like how the features of the maracas still shaking the maracas. I bet they just keep doing it forever and ever if they have them. Anyway, now we get thrown into another editor, which is the vehicle editor. There are 3 different variations of this, one for land vehicles, one for sea vehicles, and one for air vehicles. Oh, and of course there's the spaceship creator as well, which is basically all just the same creator except with certain different parts. And I don't like this one either. Now what part you put on it depends on the stats. Building more base parts builds up HP, building more wheels builds speed, building more glittery ass fucking symbols builds...
like those big diamonds, it's like the bling mobile.
Yeah. Building more blingy ass stuff will give us more trade power or religious power or combat power. And of course accessories does nothing except make the vehicle slightly more appealing. And again, I'm struggling to find something interesting to put because I'm not good with this. And whatever, we get the ugly ass truck. There we go. Now, civilization is obviously probably the least... I would say maybe the next least interesting to tribal. Because civilization is slightly more complex, but... At this point, you just want to get to space stage where the real meat of the game is. I think that guy just went, yeah, he's going through that wall. And it disappeared because... Protestants. And now we actually get to see the entirety of the planet we've been inhabiting in. Because now, instead of just having a small view of the continent, we get to see the entire planet. Which is kind of neat. And like tribal stage, our goal is to take over other cities and become the supreme ruler of the planet. That allows us to go to the space stage where basically the rest of the game goes. But for now, that's going to be for the next part. For now, we're just going to go through the camera controls. Despite the fact they're basically the exact same, except now you basically have free form to go around the entire planet. And now you're controlling vehicles instead of people. The guys you've seen before in the creature stage come into effect. They are spice geysers, which provides spice. They are going to be the trade goods from civilization and space stage. And I import a commodity in order to make a lot of money in both stages. Now money, since money is our currency, of course, we have to make money by taking over spice geysers and converting them into money. We can also develop our cities by building factories and other such things in order to produce money that way. However, we also need to keep our citizens happy by building recreational things and other such things. And houses so people have stuff to live in. Actually here I'm just showing the Sporepedia where you can see all the creation and you're picking up a random creation because it can't be asked to build another building. So you place a building and it has various effects. In this will produce money with each connection, and the top town hall will create a connection with any building. But the building itself will produce unhappiness. Unhappiness will mean that citizens won't be as productive. Houses will use purposes to create connections, and entertainment buildings provides happiness, and to the building itself and to its connections. It's very simple because you basically have to maximize the amount of money and happiness you get from these buildings by placing them down correctly so they connect in the most beneficial way. And of course, other civilizations of your same species will become civilization creatures as well. And you have to take them over. Now, these tribals will become either capitalist, religious, or militarists. And if you take over one city of a different sort of ideology, you can turn that city into either your own ideology or remain the same, allowing you to build buildings and creatures of that civilization. Anyway, that's the end of the video.
You
Thank you for
probably
joining
forgot
me.
we were here, but oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did kind of ramble on about. Anyway, thanks for
No,
joining me.
Bye.
it's
See
fine.
ya.
Bye bye.